People don't buy with logic, they buy with psychology. The best premium and luxury brands aren't simply selling products. They're shaping perception and they're engineering desire. They're influencing how customers feel long before the purchase is ever made. So today I'll show you 4 completely different brands that use these exact psychological principles to create desire, increase perceived value, and build a luxury or premium perception around both the brand and its products. But I don't just want this to be theory. See, as we go through each principle, I'll also give you ways that you can apply it to your own brand so you can start using these ideas immediately. Everything I share on this channel is based on more than a decade of working with founders, entrepreneurs, luxury brands, premium businesses, alongside years of studying brand psychology. Not only that, I've built my own brands in totally different categories. One of my most successful brands is a creative luxury brand that started off selling pieces for £200, then products at £10,000 a unit, and then £16,000 a unit. And I've got a wait list of people who want to hear about the next release. So this stuff works. And how did I do all that? Through all the stuff that I teach on this channel. And I tell you about 4 of those things in this video. See, I've seen these principles influence everything from luxury products and personal brands to hospitality businesses, creative businesses, and global consumer brands. Because regardless of the industry, the psychology is remarkably similar. The brands that command higher prices, stronger loyalty, and that cult-like following that every brand builder wants and loads of demand, they understand something most businesses don't. Value is rarely created by the product alone. It's created by the perception that surrounds the product. But how do you, as someone building a brand or trying to elevate your brand, actually do that? Well, that is exactly what I teach on this channel. Let's begin. So number 1 is exclusivity, the velvet rope effect. Psychologist Stephen Warchell demonstrated this in his famous cookie jar experiment. Participants were given identical cookies. One jar contained 10 cookies, the other contained only 2. The cookies in the nearly empty jar were constantly rated as more desirable. Same cookie, different availability, completely different perception. And this is what psychologists call reactance. When access becomes restricted, desire dramatically increases. So look at luxury brands like Hermès. The Birkin bag isn't difficult to buy by accident. The waiting list is part of the product. The scarcity creates the status. The harder it is to obtain, the more desirable it becomes. So every premium brand and luxury brand understands something important. Premium luxury brands don't maximize availability. They manage desire. But scarcity alone, it isn't enough because people don't just want access. They want identity. So number 2 is identity. Premium brands aren't just about what people own. They're about what ownership and owning that brand says about them. This is signaling theory. People use products to communicate information about themselves, their values, their ambitions, their priorities, who they are, or more accurately, who they want to become. Take one of my favorite brands at the moment, Cadence. It's selling hydration, optimization, performance, mental clarity, longevity. When someone buys a Cadence drink, they're not simply buying electrolytes, they're buying into the identity of someone who takes their health seriously. You almost become someone who's proactive rather than reactive, someone who sees himself as a high performer. The product becomes evidence of that identity, and that's what the best premium brands understand. People don't just buy products, they buy stories about themselves. The product just simply becomes the proof. Number 3, craftsmanship, the labor illusion. One of the most overlooked drivers of premium perception is what we like to call visible effort. Research from Harvard Business School found that customers value products and services more highly when they can see the effort that's involved, not just the outcome, the effort. People value things more when they understand the work that goes in behind them. Made In is a brilliant example. Made In constantly showcases its manufacturing processes, the materials, the steel, the factories, the craftsmanship, the production methods. And the customer doesn't just simply see a frying pan, they see the hundreds of decisions that went into making it. The effort becomes visible, and visible effort increases perceived value. But something more interesting is happening. Made In isn't just selling cookware, it's selling the identity of someone who cares about quality, someone who appreciates craftsmanship, someone who takes cooking seriously. You can cook scrambled eggs on a Sunday morning and then feel connected to the world of professional chefs, closer to mastery, closer to expertise, And that's what makes the brand so powerful. The craftsmanship becomes proof of the identity. If you like what you're hearing so far, sign up for my 33-day practical workshop that's delivered to you via email for free so you can actually use it to elevate your brand. Number 4, meaning. The strongest premium brands and luxury brands, they don't just sell products, they sell stories. Psychologists Melanie Green and Timothy Brock found that people became more persuaded when they're emotionally immersed in narrative. Stories create belief, they create attachment, they create meaning. Airbnb, they're a perfect example. Airbnb didn't just build one of the most valuable travel brands by selling accommodation. It transformed accommodation into a story about belonging, local experiences, authenticity, feeling at home anywhere in the world. See, the property becomes secondary, the story becomes primary. And that is the power of narrative. When customers buy into a story, they stop behaving like buyers. They start behaving like believers. The strongest brands don't just give customers something to buy, they give customers something to believe in. So what does all this mean if you're building a premium brand? Most founders focus on the product. Premium founders focus on perception, because perception determines value. It's not features, it's not specifications, it's not discounts, perception. If I were building a premium brand tomorrow, here's exactly what I'd do. Step 1, create a velvet rope. Introduce limited access, applications, wait lists, private communities. Make people feel like they've earned the right to participate. Step 2, sell an identity. Ask yourself, who does my customer become after buying this? Because people rarely buy products, they buy a better version of themselves. Step 3, make your craftsmanship visible. Show the process, show the detail, show the obsession. Visible effort increases perceived value. Step 4, tell a bigger story. Customers don't want transactions. They want meaning, they want missions, they want movements, they want something worth believing in. And as you'll see from the email send out that I do, click the link in my bio, subscribe to that 33-day email sequence. You won't regret it. Step 5, layer everything together. The strongest premium brands don't rely on one psychological principle. Stack these things: exclusivity, identity, craftsmanship, meaning. One layer reinforces the next. And that's how premium perception is built. Premium brands don't win because they're objectively better. They win because they're perceived differently. They engineer desire, they engineer meaning, they engineer value, and they do it long before somebody reaches their wallet. Because premium doesn't exist in the product, it exists in the mind. And that's where the most valuable brands in the world are built. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and I'll show you more of this behavioral psychology that premium brands use to justify higher prices, create stronger loyalty, and become impossible to ignore.